Okay, let's try this one more time. Fuck me. Son of a bitch. If it's not fucking interruptions on my family, it's the dogs. Oh, dear God, family issues. Anyway, let's get started on the fucking the issues that overall, honestly, I wanted to talk about and say how I feel. And yeah, honestly, I am just gonna be honest with all of you. You know, it takes a lot out of me to try to coexist with a lot of people. Um, what I mean is, like, I'm being real with all of you. I really am getting sick of the toxic bullshit, and people like me always get thrown under the bus, and it's upsetting. And I'll go into it because my friend asked me a question, which is Tevia, and I really went off. And I'm going to go off on this question because it's how I feel. And we'll get to his question in a bit. But anyway, let's get started on Tevia. Who's your favorite Star Wars character and why? Mando. Probably the best character. Great character. Really doesn't take no bullshit for anyone besides Mando. Luke Skywalker. You know the rest on him. Question number 3. How do you feel about the ending of The King in Black? What do you think is going to happen to Venom and his family? And, Eddie Brock's son. Oh, yeah, I agree. Well, I don't know. Let's wait and see on that one. You'll know my thoughts when we see it fully happen. So let's hold that question until further notice on that. But overall, The King in Black, probably one of Marvel's best Marvel events and best Venom endings. Great finale. Wish the guy continued on his shit. But anyway, question 3. Now the New 52 is dead and gone. I was just wondering, what is your favorite part about the New 52 as a whole? Everything about that shit was gold. It was new. It was fresh. It was something interesting and probably, in my opinion, my favorite era of DC Comics because they didn't cater to anyone. They took a risk on something and they did something really great. And it really bothers me now that they force to fucking cater to people. They're forced to fucking please with people. Like, please, I just want you to buy my book. I'm too much of a fucking idiot asshole that can't write for shit. And all I do is just appeal to fucking fans who don't know any better, who don't care about something new and awesome and innovative, and yet they like to fucking say, why can't DC be like Marvel? Or no, actually take that back. Why can't Marvel be like DC? And I'm looking at him with a straight face saying, you're fucking kidding me, right? You're fucking kidding me. You would rather have the fan service card, the shoving it down my fucking throat in the worst way, and fucking just to absolutely kick me out practically, make me fucking quit reading your books except for few exceptions, and don't give a fuck what you do. That's saying a lot. Rebirth killed DC Comics. The forced fan service, and thank God that shit's fucking dead and gone. I am fucking dead happy that that shit was gone. And everyone gives me the worst excuse Well, DC had to go back where they belong. Sure they did. Sure they fucking did. All they needed to do was just better books and better directions. Not cater to fan service, not mention the old continuity and fucking do some bullshit. It fucking Image, Dark Horse, IDW, who taking franchises like Predator, Alien, Star Wars, fucking Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, and made them 10 times better. That is saying a lot, and not catering to anyone, not giving that force agenda like all you motherfuckers are. I'm not saying you're one of them, Tevya. I'm just saying the people who are trashing New 52, the people who are trashing Future State, yeah, you are the reason why I fucking hate DC Comics the way it is. For me, if I had it my way, I would clean up all the shit. I would get rid of the whole bullshit storytelling on Wally. I would get rid of that. I would make that shit never existed. I would have get rid of John Kent. I would have get rid of every little thing and went back to what New 52 was. What it should have been. A new direction, a new, fresh continuity. And no, they don't want to do that. They decided to do fucking fan service. Fan service. Well, guess what? I would rather read an older Superman comic than read what's going on DC Comics on Superman. To me, Superman has gone through the worst. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Wonder Woman. I'm not really a fan of it, and I really don't like it overall, and I think it's really fucking shady that they like to get rid of people like me who supported their New 52 books and then pretty much throw me under the bus and pretty much say, hey, thanks for your money and your time, but we like to cater to the piece of shit scumbags who don't deserve it. That's how I really feel. Anyway, sorry for the long rant, but that's just how I genuinely, personally fucking feel. And I do not give two shits on the Pre-52 fans telling me, oh, you don't understand DC Comics and you don't understand DC had to go back where they belong because I'm too much of a pussy fuck. Yeah, you can't understand new directions, newer takes, newer storylines. If you can't take that shit, then you gotta fucking go away. That's how I feel. And to me, you guys are one of the reason why I can't stand DC fans. That's just how I feel. Anyway. Oh, God. Sorry, it make me fuming, but that's just how I feel. Question number 4. What is your favorite Ironman story in the past 10 years? The first run of Bendis of Iron Man and Superior Iron Man. Fucking one of the best books. Between Marvel and DC, with their universes and stories, I was just wondering which company do you think does IDW? The Transformer books? Just saying. Invincible crossover with Iron Man, which really honestly, Invincible crossing over with Iron Man. I'm sorry, I don't think Invincible would work with Iron Man. I just don't think that would be a good idea. I would be all for a Spider-Man direction, buddy. They did it once, do it again. That's just my take on it. And we go with my good friend Anthony. Question 5, what is your favorite Joker? If you talk about movies, Heath Ledger. What is your favorite villain, favorite Arrowverse villain? Deathstroke. But that's not saying much. I kind of prefer the Titans version of Deathstroke because that fucking guy is fucking amazing. Question 3. Where are you looking forward to the Ghostbusters movie? I am not looking forward to the Ghostbusters movie because Ghostbusters Afterlife really doesn't see what I see. What I'm trying to say is I don't think that's a Ghostbusters movie. I think basically it's a tell you the truth, it feels too much of supernatural. Maybe it has too much of a modern setting that I really just don't feel the Ghostbusters essence in that film, but I really just don't give a shit. Anyway, what is your favorite? Oh no, what is your thoughts on the Infinity Gauntlet? Amazing book series, amazing saga, whatever you want to call it. Favorite number one anime? Or should I say, number one favorite anime? Well, besides Dragon Ball, let's just push that away because that's too much of obvious. My favorite anime besides Dragon Ball would have to be yours truly, JoJo. That shit is really getting up there in my personal favorites. I love JoJo. I think that shit's fucking amazing. JoJo Bizarre Adventures is really fucking good, especially part 1 and part 2 and what I've watched on episodes on part 3. Oh, God, killing it every fucking minute of it. I cannot wait to see the other parts with my good friend of mine. But anyway, thank you for the questions, Anthony, and we'll go to my good friend, Art Trooper. Question number 1, what do you think, which company, which company, I think what you're trying to say, that you hate the most in Disney and Warner Brothers today? Well, there's very little on Disney. It's more like how I feel like how Disney runs Star Wars. And no, it's not fucking Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy is one of the best parts that I feel like in Star Wars, along with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and everything between on that. The problem is I don't like what they are doing with Star Wars because of they didn't promote the sequel trilogy as they should have done from the very beginning. And 2, they're doing a lot of shows pre-sequel trilogy. It's almost like it kind of reminds me what the sequel trilogy was trying to do with the prequel haters. And yet that shit's happening again with the sequel haters. And I guarantee you that's not going to work. Really, it's just, what's that word? I really just want Star Wars to do interesting stories and do interesting directions, which a lot of them are, like the Ahsoka, the Obi-Wan show, the Boba Fett show. I forgot the Sith show that's during the Higher Republic days. You get what I'm saying? I forgot the name of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway. But overall, I don't think Disney's doing anything that's really fucking disgusting and pathetic and makes me want to puke my guts out and makes me angry every fucking damn time I hear with their bullshit excuse of, oh, let's get rid of a movie universe that we don't give a shit and we're just trying to replace it and we don't have a plan. Yet again, we'll see how they do it, but yeah. I think Warner Brothers does a whole lot worse, if you get what I'm saying. Are you planning to get Rebel? No, correct myself. Hold on. Have you planned? Fuck me, I can't even read right. Have you planned to get the Rebel Commando? Yes, later this year I'll be definitely getting it. Do you think that what Disney did to... Oh, yeah. To be fair, that's kind of stupid what they did to that actor. But overall, it's just... Honestly, I kind of feel like it's a little bit more than just that. But they're just saying it because... Or X, Y, and Z. There's something more than just, oh, he wasn't sound like because of RDJ. I think that's something more than just that, if you get what I mean. Anyway, if you have more questions or if you want to live more, in better words, talk about it in the next live stream when I have, let's say, let's talk about whatever, come aboard, we'll talk about it. Anyway, question 4 what is your favorite IDW story? Mine is the death of Optimus Prime and All Hail Megatron. My favorite is, I'll tell you the truth, this is the first comic I ever read from Transformers. Windblade. Transformers Windblade. First one. Absolutely loved the shit out of it. And that made me start to read all the other IDW books. And that's why I love IDW a whole lot more than the fucking cartoons. Question 6. Have you watched Rebels? I think that's the saying. I can't even say it right. Okay. Yeah, I've seen the images of that show. But for me, I really am just going to say this. I haven't watched it, but I will check it out. I looked it up, by the way, in case you didn't know. I looked it up and saw what you were talking about. Like, okay, Stanley was a part of it. I'll check it out just for the curiosity. And yeah. And your last 2 questions. What do you think about Image Comics today? Tell you the truth, nothing much. Very sad, because Image Comics was not that, let's say, great now as it is great back in the 90s. Like, what I mean is, they were badass in the fucking 90s. They were killing it every single goddamn book. And they were beating Marvel and DC. That is saying a lot. In fact, when you have Marvel and DC do their responding towards them, that is saying a lot. But yet again, they fall apart when a lot of the creators that were part of the group either A, retired from comics, or B, fucking just went to other companies. And that piece of shit, Jim Lee, fucking lied the shit out of the Image group. And I'm like, wait. So you're telling me first you joined them and you helped them out, and then you went back to Marvel along with Rob Liefeld, which honestly, I'm going to say this right now, Rob Liefeld is only going to be remembered in his fucking Marvel stuff. No one's going to give a shit about Youngbloods. No one's going to shit about on the books that he has done in Image Comics. The only thing that he's going to be remembered is in Marvel. McFarlane and other books of creators that were former DC and Marvel writers and artists that joined Image Comics, made a living and made something more of, oh yeah, he was a part of Marvel and he was a part of DC and all that stuff, and he could be remembered for many years to come of doing all the great stuff in X, Y, and Z, and it was great. It was awesome, and I like that. That's why I respect Todd McFarlane and a lot of the creators that didn't win back. Now, granted, do I think McFarlane should come back to Marvel? Only if they give him a big deal, like a really good cash of money and creative freedom, so they don't say the fuck about. But yet again, what will be the point? He's got a character that sells more fucking copies than anything. So I think today's Image Comics doesn't have a whole lot to say. There are a few books that are really great, but really a majority of Image Comics is just as boring, or just really who gives 2 fucks about them. And that's sad to say that. And your final question is, would you like to see a War Machine TV show, animated or live action? I prefer live action. Animated, it would be nice, but yet again, it's not going to be a humongous push like a live action will do. And that's why I'm so looking forward to Armor Wars, because that show is going to be a hardcore. War Machine is your new Iron Man. War Machine is your guy to pretty much stop Crimson Dynamo, Titanium Man, Blizzard, and other Iron Man villains And oh my god, I can imagine, just imagine they have villains of Crimson Dynamo, Titanium Man, Blizzard, Whirlwind, Dread Knight, and all these fucking Iron Man villains. And I'm just losing my fucking shit. And I'm just, oh my god, dude, it's gonna be such a cocksucker of Iron Man stuff. I was about to say DC. There's going to be so much on that because that's a important storyline in the Iron Man books. The reason why Tony Stark was so paranoid is because he thought the Iron Man suit was going to be his legacy that ruins him, and he was so paranoid of what people could do with that Iron Man suit, make thousands of Iron Man suits of people that pretty much will do terrible things and cause a massive war and all that crazy stuff, in which I will not be surprised if Justin Hammer and a few other people are one of the main villains. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised Justin Hammer's what is the main villain of Armor Wars. That would be a good plot. And honestly, I really am looking forward to that. And you could have Ironheart take some Star Tech, and you could go forward with that and have War Machine show up in that show whenever that comes later, sometime in 2022 and 2023. But yeah, I'm sorry I kept on redoing it because of bullshit reasons of family stuff. I apologize. And yeah, anywho, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for more Q&A videos. There will be another live stream later tomorrow or this weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.